way too slow for him. Daniel Dillon gets to the rack, might have got away with a little push-off, but he's going to go to the line to shoot too. But that was a real tentative shot by Paddy Mills the last time he shot on the tempo. Have a look here. There he goes up, and the push-off in the NBA, that's an offensive foul every single time.
And I don't know how you can't see that. I mean, the arm is extended.
I guess they gave him the benefit of the doubt and thinking that it was just more a barrier there rather than pushing off, just holding it there. But either way you slice it, you got to give some advantage to the defense somewhere along the line, because this game is heavily weighted in favor of the offense. When I say this game, not this particular game, the sport.
Yes. As a player, you'll love to get those. You're on the offense. Bartlett turns to the middle. His shot is good. He must be a scoring machine in New Zealand.
Where has he been? He is a little dynamite. We saw glimpses of it last weekend against the Cairns Taipans. And he has got the complete package.
Chagas steps through. Boy, that looked like a travel to me.
Again, in most countries in the world, that would be a travel.
I haven't seen anyone get away with that since David Stiff.
Hey, it's Heritage Round. It's a good one to go back to because he was the master of it. But the thing about him, I don't think he slid the pivot foot or moved the pivot foot as much as what we just saw then by Cam Tregar.
Greer turns down his look to get his team a better one. Mills splits the D, gets it to Dillon, catch and shoot from the corner. Long off the back of the iron. Fouls on Lucas Walker.
With the roster the Melbourne Tigers have got this season, they are going to have to make those shots if they want to figure in grand final action. They don't have those beasts inside, and teams will collapse on them and dare them to beat them from the perimeter. Sure, they're going to have some great penetrating options, but if they can't make those types of shots on a regular basis, it's hard to see how they can win a championship.
You are 100% right on that. And they needed that one. Got a good look.
A little 2-3 zone now by the Melbourne Tigers.
They collapse, and then Sean Redditch fires from the three-point line. Dillon puts on the Jets, gets it to Mills. He doesn't catch it clean. Gets it out of the corner to Daniel Dillon on the opposite side. Dillon to Rush. Nice pass to Lucas Walker.
Well, you're giving him a gift because that was an air ball by Liam Rush. I like this strategy though. The Perth Wildcats just struggling to put points on the board this quarter. Pack it in and take away what Kevin Lish was trying to do there, the penetration by using his own defense.
Just step up,
and we take a look here, and as momentum, there's the foul on Daniel Dillon, just hooking Kevin Lish. But as momentum grows, those shots, those perimeter shots are a lot harder to make when you're only 4 points up as opposed to when you're a 15 to 20 up early on in the first half.
And we got ourselves a ball game here. 4 points if you've just joined us. The Melbourne Tigers were down 15. And then they scored the first 8 points of the quarter.
And for the most of the first half, the Perth Wildcats were up in that 60 and at times 70% from the field as Kevin Lish tries a three. They've plummeted now all the way down to 42% from the field. So the Wildcats just struggling on the offensive end.
But the Perth Wildcats, they live and die by those perimeter shots. And they do not lack confidence.
This season, though, Steve, I really like the way they've had the motion away from the ball, and I also like the way they go inside out. So they have had a good mixture in their offensive structures. But tonight, it's the third quarter. Things have dried up, and I think we've got to as much as we were critical, well, I certainly was, of the defence of the Melbourne Tigers in the first half, they have turned it around here in the third.
Boy, for a game that looked out of touch for the Melbourne Tigers, looking sluggish, down 15 at halftime. The Perth Wildcats just sizzling the nets. This game, we got a ball game just like that. Great skip pass to Robbins. He turns it down.
And there you see it. Brad Robbins wide open for a three. In the first half, there's no hesitation. He's got his feet set. He's going to shoot that every single time. But now, as momentum goes against you, the little boogeyman in your head starts to say different things to you. And it's hard to get that confidence that you once had.
Lish with a couple of hesitation moves as the shot clock expires. Great defensive play after Lish made a great hesitation move to try and get to the rim. Some of the Cage fans to their feet appreciating that defensive stance.
Good block by Liam Rush. Terrific timing.
Mills to Walker. He lays it up and over the front of the rim.
Did these two teams change uniforms at halftime? Because everything the Perth Wildcats was doing in the first half, the Melbourne Tigers are doing. They're cranking it up on the offensive end. They're getting out and running the floor. And they're showing some energy and helping each other out on defense, like Liam Rush goes up, way up to throw that one out.
Some of the fans getting into it. They can feel the tide starting to turn. This quarter has been the Melbourne Tigers quarter. Robbins. Good little soft one. Uses a little bit of the backboard and gets the roll. Tigers should be going for 2 for 1. Mills for 3. Comes up short. Dillon loses the ball, but he got some help from Robbins.
Paddy Mills, he almost looks hurt the way he's playing tonight.
Did that hit the rim? That's what the question would be.
I thought it just skimmed it.
I can't tell from under the basket. I can't tell from under the basket if it hit the ring or not.
It looked like it skimmed it, and that's the way the refs have a look. Goes up, just skimmed it.
Just got the rim. Good call by the bench. New 24-second shot clock. Would have been the Wildcats' ball, so the right team gets the call and have the ball. Mills turns the corner. One bounce dribble going left to Daniel Dillon. Big bucket. Lish got room. That'll be a charge. Sean Redditch with an illegal screen. Charged with the foul in the open court. I don't know, is it possible to get a shot off in 0.3 of a second?
You got to throw it near the rim and just try and get a little tip on it and hope it goes in, but it's not possible to catch it and then let it go in 0.3 of a second. Catch it and then let it go in 0.3 of a second.
Rush. Throws it to Robbins, of course. We won't have time to get a shot off, but it's a great basketball by the Melbourne Tigers after being down 15, just trail by 1 after 3. We'll be back with the fourth.
Great entertainment.
What's on one weeknights?
Kicking things off, it's the world's favourite quiz show.
Jeopardy at 6 p.m.
Then, beautiful one day, disastrous the next.
Beach Patrol at 6:30.
Plus, the original and still the best.
Cops at 7 p.m.
Get your triple shot fix with Jeopardy
Beach Patrol
and Cops.
weeknights on 1.
I guess I've always been very positive about cricket and life in general. But one thing that really affected me was when I started losing my hair. But with a full head of hair again, life just keeps getting better.
Call now for your new life. Pass the pump like never before.
Dry off. Listen.
Triple J.
Unlock.
Sure about this?
Cross a creek. Or stay alert like never before. Because Ford now has a range like never before. Take this Territory TX rear-wheel drive. 17-inch alloys, reverse sensing, and 5-star ANCAP safety rating. $39,990. Drive away. Never had a test drive before? Maybe now's the time.
Conventional, predictable, the usual. Just another good morning.
Immerse yourself in the delicious, thick milk chocolate, creamy caramel, and soft nougat of a Mars bar.
Nickelback, the brand new studio album, Here and Now. Featuring the single When We Stand Together. Out now.
It's amazing.
Welcome back to the cage, and Andrew Bogut checking out the action here in Melbourne. Youngster from Dandenong, is that right, Andrew?
Yes, and spent a little time with the Sandringham Sabres as well, I believe, when throughout his junior career that, a la Michael Jordan, didn't pick him in the number ones in 1 year, Andrew Bogut. So he took his skills to Sandringham as a junior, I think it was. Then, of course, headed to the AIS, where they moulded the great man to go to Utah, and now with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Rush with a fall away, comes up short. Wildcats trying to expand on that narrow lead of theirs. Litch with a good look that brings out. They've had their opportunities. The second half just not shooting the basketball.
And a lot of credit to the Melbourne Tigers for that. In that third quarter, held the Perth Wildcats to only 11 points.
Ibaka. Backing in Robbins. Tough fall away. That's good.
For the little man, falling away like that, and Ibaka feeling it. 14 points for the game now. 4 or 5 from the field.
Robbins. Knight for the jump hook. Took his time on that one. Waited till he got a little bit of space. They got to commit to that double team. Is it going to come or not?
And they do. And you see there, Matty Knight, just a quick spin, was able to split the double team. And he, after an explosive first half where he had 18 points, was held scoreless in that third.